Hello. Hi guys, it's me, T again. To those of you guys who have subscribed, thank you so much for subscribing, and all of you guys who haven't, please do subscribe, like, share, and comment. My channel name is T. So by now you all know that I will soon be moving to China to go teach English. And a lot of my friends have been asking me, so are you still here? Have you left? And I'm still here. So I'm going to tell you guys why I'm still here and why I haven't left. The reason why I haven't left is that this process takes such a long time, and if you don't know the correct procedures, then it takes even longer. So that's what happened with me. It's my first time doing this, so and I was also trying to save money, so I didn't want to use an agent. I wanted to do everything myself. Okay, so all the documentation, getting processes, authentication took forever. Okay, so what do you need when going to teach English in China? So the documents that you need a police clearance, you need a degree certificate, you need a TEFL, which is a teaching English as a foreign language certificate, and then you also need a medical report. Okay, so I'm gonna go through all of them one by one, explaining what's needed, how you get what. Okay, so first of all, you need to have a degree, not a diploma, nothing else, a degree. You need to have a degree, and please make sure that your degree has all your names on it. As you can see, I hate my second name, so my degree doesn't have my second name. They gave us an option which I really don't understand why they did that, but I chose not to have my second name on it, and it's catching up with me because the Chinese embassy will not allow it. They want all your names that are on your passport to be on your documents as well. So I had to reapply for a reprint. Okay. So with your degree, what you also need is a letter from the Department of Higher Education, which is in Pretoria, for them to say that the institution that you studied at is legit and all that. I had to get a letter from the school that says I studied there and and then I take that letter and my degree certificate to the Department of Higher Education, and they will give you a letter. They will give you this letter to say yes, the institution is legit, it's registered. Okay, then so that's your degree with your letter from the Department of Higher Education. Okay, with your TEFL certificate, the Teaching English as a Foreign Language certificate, this you do online. You can do online. I think there are centers that also do it, but you can do it online. So I got my voucher on Hyperly. Other people get their vouchers on Daily Deals. It's like 500 rands the voucher, but if you go directly to them, it's like 4,500 rands. So you gotta save money. So I got my voucher online on Hyperly, and then from there I just started the course. They give you 6 months to complete this course, but I did it within a week, so it's all up to you how quick you can do it. I had all the time in the world. I'm doing anything, so I had all the time in the world, and I managed to do it within a week. Okay, and then so once you get this, you then need to take this one, needs to go to a lawyer for the lawyer to notarize it, and then you also take it to High Court for them to put some stamp. So this is what the lawyer will put on your degree, on your certificate, not degree, on your certificate. And then once you have this from the lawyer, then you go straight to High Court, and they will also put their stamp on it. So the lawyer took about 10 minutes, High Court took 10 minutes. Within like 30 minutes, including the driving from one place to another, I had done everything. So I went to Lawrence School Attorneys in Pretoria at what's the place, Loftus Veerveld, that stadium. Yeah, I went there to do to get it notarized. Okay, so once you have that done, that's your second document done. Remember the degree now, that TEFL certificate is also done. Then you also need a police clearance. Okay, police clearance, guys, the mistake that I made, I'm telling you all the mistakes I made because all of that delayed my process. I would have been long gone, but because I didn't know a lot of these things, I found them out as I was going along, and I also didn't want to pay an agent for something that I can actually get for free. Okay, so I went to a private investigations company to get my police clearance, but they don't take that. And so I had to then go back again and go do it at the police station, and that takes about 4 to 6 weeks. I was lucky because the policeman that was assisting me, I said to him, I actually have a contract, and the contract says I need to start on this date, so I actually don't have the 4 to 6 weeks that you are talking about. And then he said, okay, take your form to the criminal check center with the contract, print the contract, attach it to this, like don't staple it, they'll do it themselves. Take that to the criminal check center in Pretoria. It's not far from the police station as well. So I went there and I explained to them this is what's going on, and they said, okay, fine, I will be able to get it within 5 to 7 days. 5 days I had it, so it didn't take the 3 weeks. So if you don't have a contract with everything that I'm saying, the moment you start doing your online course, go and apply for your police clearance. It's 114 rands. Go and apply for your police clearance, so that by the time you finish your online certificate, the police clearance is also done. And then you can also, during that time when you are doing your course, you can also take your degree and get a letter that you studied at the institution and go to the Department of Higher Education and get that letter and get that done with. Okay, so try and do everything, try and start the process as soon as possible. Okay. And then the last thing that you need is the medical report. With the medical report, I did mine in Pretoria, also had filled at had met Dr. Wait. I don't know doctor's name. Why am I doing this to doctor? He was such a nice doctor, guys. Like, what's his name? And cute. Oh my god. Dr. Tusi, not CBC. Wow. Dr. Tusi at HeadMed, he did everything for me. Take a passport photo and your passport when you go do your medical report. Then he will give you a medical report. Then you take the medical report to the Health Professionals Council of South Africa, HPCSA. No, H something, that one. You take it there for them to authenticate the doctor, to say the doctor is registered with the professional body. Okay. Once that's done, you now have your police clearance, you have your medical report, you have your teaching online, teaching as English as a foreign language certificate, and you have your degree, all taken to the proper and relevant places. So you take all those 4 documents and you go to the Department of International Relations and Cooperation. I think it's DIRCO. If you type DIRCO in caps on the navigator, it will give you the address. So you take all your documents there. If you have below 5 documents, it takes 1 day. So you submit your documents, they give you a receipt to come in, a slip to come and collect the following day. You do not pay for this process, it's free. The only thing so far I've paid for was the medical report, and also having the doctor to having the stamp from the HPCSA to say the doctor is registered. I paid for that. That was 485. Police clearance was 114. And so those are and then obviously the TEFL certificate, you buy the voucher online for 500 rand. So that's what I've paid for so far. When you get to the Department of International Relations, you pay 0, nothing. You leave your documents, you come back the following day. If it's below 5 documents, you come back the following day to collect your documents. And when you collect your documents, they all have this. So they all have this seal here with this letter that they have authenticated your documents and your documents are legit. Okay, then you take all of this with your passport and you go to the Chinese embassy, which is also in Pretoria. When you get to the Chinese embassy, they will tell you everything that you need to do. They will give you this form. They normally just print them out. You can also print this form and take it with you, but if you don't know how to fill in the form, then it's really pointless. You're wasting your time. When you get there, they'll just give you another form to fill it in proper. So they will give you this form and then you fill out that form. They make copies of all of these things for you. Make copies. Then you take this with this form and a color copy of your passport. They have a photocopying machine there, so they will make copies for you for free. Then you go and you submit. They check all your documents, that everything is in order. They check that all your names are on all of your documents. They really check for everything. because I was turned away there because my police clearance had one name, and I mean, I just assumed it's a police document, so it should have all my names that are on my ID, because I mean, I gave them my ID copy, but no, it didn't have my second name, so I had to go back for that after having gone for the degree certificate to have a second name also. So make sure that all your documents have all your names. Okay, once you have that, they will give you a slip to come back the following day and collect your to come back after 4 to 7 days. Why am I lying? Is it 4 to 5 or 4 to 7 days, somewhere there? I submitted on Monday and I collected on Thursday. Okay, so when you go collect your documents from the embassy, they will give you this bag, but it will then have this sticker majiki thingy on all of them. Each one of them will have it. Okay, you take all those documents, you make color copies of all the pages back to back, because this one is on the back of the other page, so make sure that all of them and they are clear and proper. Then you take all of those copies with a copy of your passport, and they will also ask for reference letters. Some schools don't ask for it, some schools ask for it. I just gave my employment certificate from my previous employer, so that's just what I had to give. And then they will also want a digital passport photo of you, and then you send that to the HR at your school. She will translate your documents and then submit your documents online. So this is where I am currently at. Okay, so after they submit your documents online to apply for a work permit for you, you wait for the invitation letter. Once you get the invitation letter, then you are able to go apply for your visa. Okay, so I'm currently waiting for my invitation letter, so I'm done with the process of all this the authenticating of documents, guys. It's really frustrating, so please make sure that you know where what goes and take it there. Don't try and skip steps, you won't win. Don't try and use private investigation companies to get your police clearance, they will turn you back. There is agencies that do these documents and you pay a lot of money. So I wasn't prepared to pay a lot of money for something that I can actually do myself and for free. Okay, so but for people that are like outside Pretoria, maybe Durban or wherever, and you need to also find out where, for people that are outside, they do send their documents to agencies, and then the agencies go to the Department of International Relations for them and do everything for them. I did everything myself because I'm close to Pretoria. And at some point, the lawyer part was where I needed to get this for the TEFL certificate. I almost paid, this person was saying I will have to pay 1,500 rands just to take it to the lawyer, to High Court, and not even including DECO. And by the lawyer, I paid 118 rands for him to authenticate. High Court, I didn't pay jack. Department of International Relations, I didn't pay jack. So from what I would have spent, the 1,500 rands that I would have spent, to just having to spend 120, less than 120, guys, it makes a difference. I mean, if you move into a new country, you need to have as much money as possible. So you try and save as much as you can when you are doing your processes of authenticating your documents. And I want to give a big shout out to Mukhadi Ramalebe Komoto. Yes, girl. Hi. Yes, thank you. She referred me to Lawrence Spoon, the lawyer who authenticated my TEFL certificate for me. She referred me there, and she's been giving me information left, right, and center. She's been helping me a lot, guys. So if you know somebody that's already that side, don't be afraid to ask. All of them are always ready to help. Abo Bushembola, Luema Gangs, Tobile, Tobekar. So those are all the people that I asked at some point, and they were so quick to respond and they were willing to help. So do ask, guys. They have YouTube channels, watch YouTube videos, and get all the information that you need. If you're unemployed, you don't have any commitments, you don't have kids, guys, you can definitely do this. And so the next video I'm going to do will be after I get my invitation letter and I go apply for my visa and book my ticket and pack and head out to China. Thank you for watching, guys, and I hope this is very helpful for all of you guys that maybe are considering doing this. And please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. So any questions you have, please do comment and ask any questions. I am willing and happy. I will be happy to answer all your questions so far up as to the process up until this point, because that's what I'm familiar with. I'm not in China as yet. The person that's helping me is Mahadi so far. So yeah, thank you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Shut up.